businesslab.tv. Thank you for tuning in, and again we're here in the Business Lab, the secret bunker, and let's have a look at what we're going to be putting under the microscope today. If the suspense is getting to you, it's killing me. Today we're looking at 7 great business plan tips. The first great business plan tip is, well, have a business plan. Many people start businesses without a plan. Sometimes it can be a bit of kind of bravado almost. You know, I don't need a plan, or the worst one you often hear is, it's all up inside my head, that's my business plan. The reality is, no matter how much you work with things in your head, no matter how confident you are, how much you think you've got a great vision for your business, there are so many great reasons why you have to get it down on paper. Now, if you are attracting funding for your business, then of course it's going to be absolutely crucial that you can go along and show someone an actual plan, because there's very few people who will, say for example, loan you money on the basis of things that are just in your head. Yeah, so it's crucial to first of all have a plan and make sure that you are committed to preparing that document. If you are someone who shies away from planning, you don't like paperwork, you don't like documents, then you're going to have to, on this occasion, kind of force yourself, because this is such a key document to the future success of your business and such a great tool throughout the development of your business to return to. So the first tip is a pretty obvious one, but one that is often overlooked. Make sure you actually have a business plan. When writing your business plan, it's really important to have an overriding overall vision for what your business is going to do, what it's going to be, and what you're actually going to achieve. Very often it's kind of very tempting to get straight into the technical details, straight into monetary concerns, financial forecasting, exactly where you're going to be sourcing products from suppliers. All this stuff's going to be vital in your business plan, but it really has to be held together by a coherent, general, broader vision. You know, there's that expression that sometimes you don't see the wood for the trees, but it's very kind of important to kind of see the wood first, then kind of delve in, and then start looking at the individual trees, the individual things that you're going to be breaking down later. So a great tip is to make sure you do have that overriding vision, and very often when there isn't one, you realise that maybe you're obsessing on a few little technical aspects that don't necessarily make up a whole business. A business that actually makes sense, is going to be sustainable in the future, is going to be one that has that overriding vision, and then all the smaller parts actually go to contribute to make it up and make it successful. So have a definite, clear overall vision for your business. Now, of course, a budget, financial forecasting in your business plan is going to be really important. But sometimes people kind of pluck a budget a bit out of thin air. They don't really give it the context it needs in the business plan to make any real sense as to what your business is actually going to be doing and how that budget is going to actually work. So it's crucial every time you're mentioning financials in your business plan to really give them the correct context. Make sure that, for example, sometimes when we've worked with clients and we've looked at business plans, there's been just a budget or an amount to be, say, spent on marketing, which has just been kind of plucked from nowhere. No real research for it, no real understanding of why that amount would need to be spent. It's just kind of been put there for no reason. So make sure that you're researching each point of your budget, make sure you're giving it context, make sure it makes sense alongside your overall plan, and don't just, as we said, pluck the figures from nowhere and give them no real meaning. So again, financials, financial forecasting, a crucial part of your business plan, but just make sure it's in the right context. To be an entrepreneur, to start a business, does require a lot of self-confidence. Sometimes it requires a almost bloody-minded obsession with making your business work and thinking that you know what the market wants. But it's crucial to make sure that the market does actually want what you're going to be offering. Whatever product or service it is you're going to be selling, make sure that you have researched what your customers or what your clients ultimately want. And that's a great thing to make sure you've got in your business plan, that your whole business plan is built around those wants from a customer. So there's no assumptions. There's no, something we hear quite a lot, statements like, I know what people want. Oh, people never want that. People definitely want this. People are going to love this. Have you done your research? Have you really researched that those people that you're targeting want your product, want your service, and do they want it at the price you can offer it at? So again, whilst there needs to be a lot of confidence, a lot of self-belief that kind of is almost tangibly emitting from your business plan, you've got to make sure it doesn't lead you down a bit of a dead end or a blind alley into a business that isn't actually desired by any of your target clients or customers. So again, don't assume what your customers or clients want. Do your research and make sure you know, and make sure that that information is stated clearly in your business plan, and that will almost guarantee your future success and make sure you don't have any upsets when you do go to market. Every business plan that I've ever written, or every one that we've helped people write, it focuses a lot on competition, focuses a lot on the business's potential competitors, because research and analysis of the competition effectively gives you a lot of really useful information. It might really guide you into where you'll be advertising, where you'll be marketing, certain strategies that you'll use, and certain ones that you may avoid because you've identified they've been used or are being used unsuccessfully by those competitors. So we sometimes see people split into two camps. People who almost ignore their competitors in their business plan because they almost don't want to think about it. They feel like they've got a great idea, the market will love it anyway, they don't need to worry about it. Or they're absolutely so confident in their product they feel they don't need to really pay too much attention to their competitors. But we say don't be too overconfident, don't be too cocky when it comes to your competition. They're there for a reason, they're still in business for a reason. I always think of my competitors as people I can learn from. Never copy, never copy another person's idea or what they're doing. But you can very much learn off them from their mistakes, or look at certain ways they're doing things and ways that you can improve it. But all of that research, all that analysis belongs in your business plan. So make sure you definitely, like we do here at the Business Lab, have your competitors under the microscope and make sure that is a solid, large chunk of your business plan, because it's some of the best research and information you'll gather about what will make your business successful and stand out in the future. Any new business that's a business plan has been written about, any new enterprise, obviously has a degree of risk involved. And it's important that your business plan analyses, effectively calculates that risk and shows how you're going to engage with it. There's no business plan out there that is no risk. There's no enterprise that is no risk. And very often where the risk is higher, sometimes the reward can be higher too. What's important to show in your business plan though is that you've analysed that risk, you've assessed it, you've calculated how you're going to deal with it, and you've engaged with it in the right way. Now, if you are looking to receive funding from someone, you're looking to get, say, funding from a bank or maybe a friend or a member of your family, it's important that you've shown what the risks are with the business and how you plan to deal with those. So it could be, for example, the risk of a change in the economic environment that will have an impact on your business. What are your contingency plans for that? How are you going to deal with that risk if it actually did come off that was going to be the situation you faced? There may be many other risks as well. And that ability to plan ahead, to plan for every kind of possible scenario, is one that makes for a really robust business plan. When I've gone over business plans and gone through them in quite some detail, challenging certain points, the very best plans and the best responses are the ones that come from people who have looked at those risks and have an answer for every question. What you never want is to throw a scenario at your business plan, at your potential operation, and be met with the answer, I just don't know what I would do. I'm not sure what I'd do in that situation. You want to make sure you've planned in detail for every possible risk there. But certainly the major risks to your business, to the operation, to its ongoing success, should be covered in the business plan itself. When you're writing a business plan, very often you kind of end up locking yourself away a bit. You've maybe got some unique ideas, some unique things you want to bring to the market, and it is often done in a bit of secrecy and a little bit of isolation. Certainly, if you're working on your own business, you're a sole trader, you may simply have only one person to bounce ideas off, and that's yourself. But it's vital if you are in that situation, or if you are working as a group of people or a group of partners, to try and get some broader input on your business plan. Now that could be professional advice and guidance or consultancy from companies like the Business Ladder, or it could be from friends and family. I mean, obviously be careful with commercially sensitive information in your business plan. You don't want to say, pass your plan on to someone in the pub who then goes off and starts your business before you with, say, more funding. But don't be too paranoid as well. Make sure that you're showing it to people you trust and whose feedback you actually welcome and could be genuinely useful, in terms of guiding how the plan takes shape. very often when we're working on a business plan as individuals, you can get very close to the plan itself, and because of that, you can again kind of miss the finer detail. There may be some big thing being omitted from the business plan that you just haven't put in there. One of the first businesses that I set up, an estate agency, when we did the business plan for that, a mistake I made was I totally missed the kind of logistical stuff of opening times. What days are we going to open? Are we going to be open on evenings, on a Saturday and Sunday? That information was not in the plan because I simply forgotten about it. I concentrated so much on financing, financial forecasting, marketing, that I'd omitted some basic logistical things and basic things about the business. But by showing that to someone else I knew, someone I trusted, they had a look at it and they saw that was missing and told me to put it in. So that kind of feedback you can get is absolutely vital. So again, make sure you're sharing your plan with people you trust to get some genuine second, third, fourth opinions on how robust it is. And again, that puts you in a much better position for the future.